Hello and welcome to IT Tips Day 11. Today we're going to look at some units of size. First of all, let's have a look at a picture and a unit of size that we call a pixel. And a pixel is basically a picture element. It's one of the smallest units of measurement and it's what everything in an image is made up of. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom into this picture and have a look in more detail. Now already you can see that there are lots of different colours making up this dog, but if I zoom in further, soon you'll be able to see that it's made up of tiny squares of colour, and each of those squares is a slightly different colour. So as I zoom in even further, you can see that this picture is made up of thousands of little squares, and these squares are called pixels. If I switch to the same picture but in Microsoft Word and go to picture format, you can see over here I've got some size information and I've got height and width. Now if I open the size menu, you've got this lock aspect ratio. This is really important because if I want to change the size of my picture, I want it to stay in proportion. If I unlock that and then start changing the height, if I make the height less, you can see that the picture goes out of proportion and it looks really strange. So I'm just going to undo that. I used Ctrl Z for that. Let's go back in and lock aspect ratio. So then I can change the height or the width of my picture and it will change in proportion. It will stay looking correct. If I want to, I can change the measurements. I have Microsoft Word set up in points. A point and a pixel are very, very close in value. Let's just go into File and Options. And if you'd prefer to have it in a measurement that you're more familiar with, I can go to Advanced. I can go down the pane to here. In the Display section, you can have Show Measurements in Units of, and you can choose inches, centimetres, millimetres, points and pickers. At the moment I have it set up in points. A lot of people prefer to have it in centimetres, so if I change that to centimetres, so you can now see that my picture is 9.59 centimetres. Now this is where it's useful to be able to change it. I can actually highlight that, I can triple click, and I can decide that I want that a certain number of centimetres. And I would generally choose a round number or a half. So I might change that to 10 centimetres and click enter. And you'll see that the width is now 15 centimetres exactly. The advantage of doing that is that I can make other things exactly that same size. I hope that was useful, and I'll see you tomorrow.